Hello dear students, I hope you are fine. I am Ms.Berivan. As you know, I'm your science teacher. Guys, today we're gonna review these subjects that we studied from the first course. Let's start. As you know, the first thing that we studied was about simple plants. Simple plants such as moss have no roots, stems or leaves. And simple plants do not have tubes to move water through their parts, and they reproduce by spore. This one is spore, guys. So simple plants reproduce by this spore, okay? And ferns is another type of plant, have root. This one is ferns, have root, stem and leaves. But ferns don't have flowers. That's why reproduce by spore. This one is spore, okay? And these spores are found on underside of the fern leaves or fronds. So, simple plants that have no roots, stems or leaves, such as mosses. This one is moss, okay, and this one is moss. Moss lives at the most places. Look, on the rock, on a tree. So, simple plants that have no roots, stems or leaves, such as moss. Simple plants that have no roots, stems or leaves, such as mosses. Simple plants that have no roots, stems or leaves, such as mosses. Simple plants that have no roots, stems or leaves, such as mosses. Simple plants that have no roots, stems or leaves, such as mosses. After that we studied what? We studied seed. Okay? Some plants that take seeds, that make seeds, and the seed is the first stage of growth in many plants and that have roots, stems and leaves. And plants that are produced by seeds usually form more than one seed at a time, and these seeds carry the information needed to grow into adult plants. Okay, look at here, guys. We can find seed from where? Inside apple, okay, inside the watermelon, and in billions we can find seed from somewhere. Look, we have different types, different shapes, different colors of seed, okay, and inside these seeds, okay, we can find a tiny plant, and this plant will be a new plant, will be another plant, okay. So what's seed? Seed is the first stage of growth in many plants that have roots, stems and leaves. Seed is the first stage of growth in many plants that have roots, stems and leaves. Seed is the first stage of growth in many plants that have roots, stems and leaves. Seed is the first stage of growth in many plants that have roots, stems and leaves. Seed is the first stage of growth in many plants that have roots, stems and leaves. After that we studied what? We studied seed germination. Guys, seed begin to grow into a new plant when you gave them water and warmth, okay? When the small plant breaks out of the seed, we say the seed germinates, okay? Guys, look at this picture. This one is a seed germination, okay? This one is seed, okay? When we put the seed in a soil, and when this seed it gains water and warmth, what happens? The seed will germinate. The first part is root. The root will germinate. After that the root will be bigger, and after that the stem will germinate, and the stem will be bigger. After stem the leaves will germinate. So this process called germinate, okay, or seed germination. So what is germinate? Germinate when a new plant breaks out of the seed. Germinate when a new plant breaks out of the seed. Germinate when a new plant breaks out of the seed. Germinate when a new plant breaks out of the seed. And guys, if I ask it to you, what seeds need to grow? Of course, you have to say what? Water and warm. This one is seed. When we put the seed under the ground, and when the seed is gains water and warm, will germinate for a new plant. Okay, so seeds need what? For growing, need water and warm. So what seeds need to grow? Water and warm. So germinate when a new plant breaks out of the seed. What seeds need to grow? Water and warm. What seeds need to grow? Water and warm. Okay, after that we study seedling. As a seed begins to sprout or root grows from it, next the seed breaks open and a young plant or seedling appears, and the roots and the stem grow longer, and soon the seedling breaks through the soil and more leaves begin to form. Guys, look at here. And after that we studied what? We studied seed pods, okay? And we said seeds may be many different shapes, size and colors. I show it to you, but all seeds have the same parts. It means seeds are different from the shape, from the size, from the colors, but all of them have these three parts, okay? The seed is wrapped by the seed coat. This one is a seed coat, okay? And inside the seed coat is a seedling. This one is a seedling. And food for the seedling. This one is a stored food. So we can find these three parts inside the seed. Seedling, this one is a seedling, is a tiny plant. And seed coat, this one is a coat. And stored food, this one is a stored food. And we said we have different types, shapes, colors and sizes of seed. Look, some of them are small, some of them are big, some of them spherical, some of them is an oval. Okay, we have different types and shapes and colors. So what's seedling? Seedling, a young plant that comes out of a seed. Seedling, a young plant that comes out of a seed. Seedling, a young plant that comes out of a seed. Seedling, a young plant that comes out of a seed. Seedling, a young plant that comes out of a seed. This one is a seedling. Is a baby plant, is a tiny plant, okay? After that, this tiny plant will be a new plant. So seedling, a young plant that comes out of a seed. Seedling, a young plant that comes out of a seed. And guys, if I ask you to what are the parts of a seed, you have to say we have three parts of a seed. Seedling, this one is seedling. Seed coat and stored food. Seedling, seed coat and stored food. Seedling, seed coat, stored food. Seedling, seed coat, stored food. Seedling, seed coat, stored food. Seedling, a young plant that comes out of a seed. What are the parts of a seed? Seedling, seed coat and stored food. This one is a stored food. Okay. seedling. A seedling lives inside every seed. This one seedling. And seed coat. The seed coat protected the young plant inside the seed. This one is the seed coat protected the seedling. Okay. And stored food. Most of the inside of the seed is stored food, and the young plant uses the food to grow when the seed sprouts. Okay. This one is stored food, because without the food, this seedling, this tiny plant will die. Seedling, a young plant that comes out of a seed. What are the parts of a seed? Seedling, seed coat, and stored food. After that, we studied what? We studied where seeds form. We said we have two types of plant, flowering plant and non-flowering plant. From the flowering plant, it means flowering plant means these plants that make flower. Okay. Inside the flowering plant, seed will form inside the flower. Okay. But from non-flowering plant like pine trees are non-flowering plant, seed will form inside the cones. Okay. And for example, from the pine tree we have two types of cone, male cone and the female cone, and the seed will form inside the female cone. Okay. So it was about that. And as you know, the male cone is small, the small one, and the female cone is a large one. Okay. And seed will form inside the female one. So inside the flower, seed will form. Inside the flower, what we have stamen and pistil. And pistil contains three parts: stigma, this one is stigma, and this one is style, and this one is ovary. Seed will form inside here. And stamen contain two parts: anther and filament. Anther and filament. How seed will form? This anther, by the wind or by sticking to animal's body, will goes to where? To stigma. After that goes to down. Okay, and unite with the ovary. Okay, with the ovule. And what happened? The seed will form at the bottom of the pistil. From here, the seed will form at here. Okay. So, what's stamen? Stamen is the male part of the flower, and what's pistil? Pistil is the female part of the flower. Stamen is the male one, that's why I colored by the blue one, and pistil is the female one, that's why I colored by the pink one, pink color. Okay. So stamen is the male part of the flower. 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 Pistil is the female 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 part of the flower. Stamen is the male part of the flower, and pistil is the female part of the flower. Okay. After that, we studied mammals and birds. We said animals that have fur or hair are called mammals, like horse, cow, goat, and deer, and all mammals. And mammals use lungs to breathe. And mammals that live in water, such as whales, and come to the surface of the water to breathe the air they need. And most mammals give birth to live young, and before the kittens are born, the mother cat carries them inside her. Okay, and this one is a bear. Okay, and bear is a mammal too and lives as a polar. Okay, and mammals like what? Like a bat. Bats are the only mammals that can fly. Okay, types of mammals. There are many types of mammals. Most of them that have 4 traits you read about, and some also have other traits such as trunks, spots, or wings. And mammals are often placed into groups based on traits they share, and some of these groups and their traits are shown on this page. Okay, look, and some mammals have what? Have trunk and pouch and wing. Bats have wings, and some of them have pouches and beaks. Okay, and what's mammal? Mammal, an animal that has fur or hair. Guys, I said if you find these traits from any animal, you have to call them mammal. Okay, what are the features of mammals? Has fur or hair, and use lungs for breathing, and give birth, and feed milk. Mammals like what? Like horse, cow, goat, and like human. We are mammal too. Why? Because we have hair and we use lungs for breathing and we give birth and we feed milk. That's why we are mammal too. So, mammal, an animal that has fur or hair. 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 After that, we studied birds. Birds are animals that have feathers, 2 legs, and wings. And most birds use their wings for flying, and some birds, such as penguin, cannot fly. Like mammals, birds have lungs for breathing air. And unlike most young mammals, young birds hatch from eggs, and feathers cover most of the bird's body, but not all feathers are the same. Some feathers help keep a bird warm, and the wing feathers of many birds have a shape that helps them fly. So, birds like what? Like bee, like blue jay, like macaw, like peacock, like ostrich. Okay, and we say most of the birds can fly, but some of them can't fly. Okay, and we have different types of birds. And birds are grouping together based on the traits that they share, and the most common traits used for grouping birds are beak shape and foot shape. Okay, this one is a beak shape and the foot shape. So based on the beak shape and the foot shapes, we group it the birds. Okay, beak shape can be used to tell what kind of food a bird eats. For example, some birds have long beaks that help them catch fish and dig small animals from the mud. Okay, and food shapes can be used to tell where a bird lives. For example, wading birds have long toes that keep them from sinking into the mud. For some birds, food shapes is also important in getting food. Okay, so look, we have different types of bird. Look, and the food shapes of this bird is different from this one, and this one is different from this one based on the environment, and the beak shapes are different based on the food, and the food shapes are different based on the environment. Look, we have different types and shapes and colors and size of bird, and most of them can fly and some of them can't fly. And all the birds have feathers, as you know, this one is a feather, okay, and have wings. This one is wing, and have 2 legs. And beak shape, as we said, beak shape can be used to tell what kind of food a bird eats. Look, each bird has their own beak shape and beak shape base of the food, okay? Can be used to tell what kind of food a bird eats, okay? And we said food shape can be used to tell where a bird lives. Look, for example, this type of food tell us this type of bird lives near the water, okay? So the food shapes are different based on the environment. And birds are animals that have feathers, 2 legs and wings. Birds are animals that have feathers, 2 legs and wings. Birds are animals that have feathers, 2 legs and wings. Birds are animals that have feathers, 2 legs and wings. And guys, if you find these traits from any animals, you have to call them birds, okay? What are the 5 traits of birds? Have feathers, have 2 legs and have wings, and use lungs for breathing and lay eggs. Like ostrich, penguin, we have parrot, we have many types, eagle, we have many types of bird. After that, we studied amphibian. Amphibian, as you know, frogs are amphibians. And amphibians are animals that begin life in the water and move onto land as adults. And amphibians lay eggs in the water, and the eggs stay there until they hatch. And young amphibians live in the water just as tadpoles do, and most adult amphibians live on land. And amphibians have a moist skin, as you know. That's why most amphibians stay close to water. Okay? Amphibians like what? Like frog, like salamander, and like snakes. And as we said, the life cycle of amphibians starts from the water. After that, move on to land as adults, like frog. Frog is amphibian. Life cycle of frog starts from the water. This one is an egg, okay? The egg will hatch from the water, and the tadpole, okay, will appear, okay? After that will be the okay, the young frog. After that will be the adult frog. So, and frogs have what? Have gills. And amphibians are animals that begin life in the water and move onto land as adults, like frogs, salamander, and snakes. Amphibians are animals that begin life in the water and move onto land as adults. Okay, this one is a frog, and the life cycle of frog will start from the water, okay? This one is an egg. The frog will lay eggs, okay, in the water. After that, the egg will hatch, and the early tadpole will appear. After that, the late tadpole. After that, the froglet. After that will be the adult frog. Goes to the land. Move on to land. An amphibian, an animal that begins life in the water and move on to land as adults. Amphibian, an animal that begins life in the water and move onto land as adults. Amphibian, an animal that begins life in the water and move onto land as adults. And guys, if you find this trait from any animal, you have to call them amphibian, okay? What are these? Have moist skin. When you touch it, you feel slimy, okay? And lay eggs and live in the water and move onto land as adults. And guys, we can find gills. This one is gill, okay? From where? In fish and young amphibians. This one is fish, and this one is a young amphibian. Fish and young amphibians live in the water. That's why breathe by gills, okay? Breathe by gills when it lives in the water. But we are living on land. That's why we breathe by lungs, okay? So, gills found in fish and young amphibians that take in oxygen from the water. Gills found in fish and young amphibians that take in oxygen from the water. Gills found in fish and young amphibians that take in oxygen from the water. Gills found in fish and young amphibians that take in oxygen from the water. This one is gill and this one is gill. Okay, after that we studied what? We studied fish. Look at the fish. We have different size, shape and color of fish. Look. Wow, they are very amazing fish. Okay, we have different types, shapes and color of fish. Fish, an animal that live their whole lives in water. Guys, as you know, fish without water will die. So, fish, an animal that live their whole lives in water. Fish, an animal that live their whole lives in water. Fish, an animal that live their whole lives in water. Fish, an animal that live their whole lives in water. Fish, an animal that live their whole lives in water. Fish, an animal that live their whole lives in water. What are the traits of fish? Guys, if you find this trait from any animal, you have to call them fish. Live in water and lay eggs and have scales and have fins, and I'm going to tell you what are the scales and what are the fins. Look at here. This one is scale. Okay, this one is scale. Scales help protect the bodies of fish and reptiles. Fish and reptiles have scale, okay, and scale help protect the bodies of fish and reptiles. Okay, this one is scale. Scales help protect the bodies of fish and reptiles. Scales help protect the bodies of fish and reptiles. Scales help protect the bodies of fish and reptiles. Scales help protect the bodies of fish and reptiles. Fins. These are fins, guys. Look at here. These are fins. Fins, body parts of fish that help them in the water move. What's the function or what's the benefit of fins? Help the fish to move in the water, okay? Fins, body parts of fish that help them in the water move. Fins, body parts of fish that help them in the water move. Fins, body parts of fish that help them in the water move. After that, we studied reptiles. Reptiles like what? Reptiles like what? Like turtle, like snake, like alligator, like crocodile, okay? These are reptiles. Snake, turtle, alligator, crocodile. These are reptiles. Okay, what are the reptiles? Reptiles are land animals that have dry skin covered by scales. Reptiles are land animals that have dry skin covered by scales. Reptiles are land animals that have dry skin covered by scales. Reptiles are land animals that have dry skin covered by scales. If you find this trait from any animal, you have to call them reptiles. Okay? What are the traits of reptile? Have dry skin, lay eggs. Look, lay eggs. The turtle will hatch from the egg, and the snake and all the reptiles lay eggs. And have lungs, and have scales, and live mostly on land. Okay? And look, and the reptiles have what? Reptiles have scale too. Look, this one is a turtle has a hard scale, and snake has a scale too. Okay, So scale the hard thin or thick plates that help protect the bodies of fish and reptiles. After that, we solved the chapter review questions. After that, we studied environment. Environment, where everything surrounds a living thing. Environment, where everything surrounds a living thing. This one is environment. Environment is a place, okay? Where is a place. Everything, it means living and non-living things, okay? Surrounds a living thing, okay? Environment, where everything surrounds a living thing. Environment, where everything surrounds a living thing. After that, we said we have many types of environment, okay? The first type is a desert, okay? This one is a desert. As you know, desert environment is very hot, okay? And the desert environment is very hot, and the plants and the animals that live from the desert is different from another environment, okay? Because from the desert you can find a little of water and the food, that's why, okay? So plants that grow in a desert have parts that help them get water and save it, and have long roots. Look, the desert plants have long roots. Why? For gaining water, okay? And have thick stems. Look, the stems of the desert plants are thick. Why? Because the stems of desert plants save water, okay? Save water. And desert animals, very few animals live in the desert because water is rare. That's why only a very few animals can live from the desert, okay? Like scorpion, like snake, like camel, okay? These animals need a little of water, that's why, and can save water, that's why can live from the desert environment. And the animals from the desert environment, okay, will hide from the daytime, okay, but from the night will appear and will will move and will appear and will searching for food. So desert is an environment where there is very little rainfall. Desert is an environment where there is very little rainfall. Desert is an environment where there is very little rainfall. Desert is an environment where there is very little rainfall. What are the characteristics of desert environment? Very little rainfall and very hot and dry environment, and very hot in daytime but the heat decreases during the night. That's why the animals will appear at the night. Okay, after that we studied the mountain environment. Mountain, and like the desert, the mountain plants and animals are different. Okay, look at here. Mountain environment very hot and much more rainfall. Mountain environment is very cold and much more rainfall, okay? And some plants can live from the mountain, okay? And the oak tree lives at the bottom of the mountain, and another type of plant lives at here, and another one lives at here, and this plant that can live at the top of the mountain, okay, can live from the cold weather. That's why it can live from here. And mountain animals, some kinds of animals eat plants and other kinds eat animals. And mountain goats live in a high altitude, okay, and mountain birds such as villager and quails can live from the mountain, okay, and some mammals that live in the high regions move just before winter to the warmer regions, and some rodents make shelter below the snow and sleep all through the winter, then become active in spring. This one is a rodent. And some mammals can live in mountain environment too. And quail and villager, these types of birds can live from the mountain environment. And guys, at the top of the mountain from here, the snow will remain all year round, and this point, this line called permanent snow line, okay, this one, permanent snow line. So what's permanent snow line? Permanent snow line, the line above which snow remains all year round. Permanent snow line, the line above which snow remains all year round. Permanent snow line, the line above which snow remains all year round. Permanent snow line, the line above which snow remains all year round. After that, we said we have two kinds of trees, okay? The first kind of tree is deciduous trees. Deciduous trees, trees whose leaves fall in autumn. This one is deciduous trees. This type of tree, the leaves will change the color for brown, red, and yellow, and will fall in autumn, okay? So deciduous trees, trees whose leaves fall in autumn. Deciduous trees, trees whose leaves fall in autumn. Deciduous trees, trees whose leaves fall in autumn. Another type of tree is evergreen trees. Evergreen trees are trees whose leaves do not fall at the same time. Evergreen trees are trees whose leaves do not fall at the same time. It means from every season, from spring, summer, fall, winter, the leaves are green, okay? Evergreen trees are trees whose leaves do not fall at the same time. Evergreen trees are trees whose leaves do not fall at the same time. After that, we said we have two types of the water ecosystem. The saltwater, this one is the earth, okay? As you know, from the earth we have two types of the water ecosystem, saltwater ecosystem and the freshwater ecosystem. So what are the saltwater ecosystem? Look, from the saltwater some marine animals can live there, okay? We can find saltwater from where? From the ocean, okay? From the ocean we can find saltwater. And the ocean ecosystem, look, are very diversity, okay? This one is the ocean ecosystem. Some animals and plants can live from the ocean ecosystem. And guys, as you know, 75% of earth is a water and other percentage is a land, okay? 75% of earth is a water. So what's salt water? Salt water, water that has a lot of salt in it. Salt water, water that has a lot of salt in it. Salt water, water that has a lot of salt in it. Salt water, water that has a lot of salt in it. After that, we said another type of the water ecosystem is the freshwater ecosystem. We can find fresh water from where? From rivers, from lakes, and from streams. We can find fresh water from where? From rivers, from lakes, and from streams, okay? And this one is a freshwater ecosystem. Some plants and animals can live from the freshwater ecosystem. And freshwater, water that has very little salt in it. Freshwater, water that has very little salt in it. Freshwater, water that has very little salt in it. fresh water that has very little salt in it. After that, we solve a chapter review questions. After that, we studied what? We studied interact. We studied what? We studied interact. What's interact? Guys, look at here. This one is plant, okay? Plant can make their own food. Okay, this one is a strawberry. Strawberry is a plant. Can make their own food. And chimpanzee eats strawberry. And after that, the snake eat chipmunk. So this one is the interact. This animal interact with this plant, and this animal interact with this animal. So this one is called interact. So making and getting food. Animals use teeth for chew food, and birds use beak to get food, and plants make their own food. Interact. Plants interact with sunlight, air, and water to make food, and animals interact with plants or other animals to get their own food. This one is plant. As you know, plant can make their own food. And other animals eat plant, and other animals eat other animals. This process called interact. Okay, so interact when animals and plants affect one another or the environment to meet their needs. Interact when animals and plants affect one another or the environment to meet their needs. Interact when animals and plants affect one another or the environment to meet their needs. Interact when animals and plants affect one another or the environment to meet their needs. This one is plant. Plant can make their own food, and other animals eat plant, and other animals eat other animals. This process called interact. And guys, after that we studied what? We studied producer. What's producer? Plants are producers, guys. Why? Because plants can make their own food from sunlight, from sunlight and air and water and soil. You need these 4 things for making food. Okay, can make their own food. That's why plants are producers. Producer is a living thing that makes its own food. Producer is a living thing that makes its own food. Producer is a living thing that makes its own food. And we say plant can make their own food and store some food from the root or stem or the leaves, like beetroot, okay, and radish and carrot and shrimp, and these types of plant store food from the root. Okay, so producer is a living thing that makes its own food. Producer is a living thing that makes its own food. After that we studied what? We studied consumer. We studied what? Consumer. What's consumer? Consumer is a living thing that eats other living things as food. For example, sheep is living and plants are living too. Okay? And sheep eat plant. It means living thing eat other living thing as food. This one is consumer. So consumer is a living thing that eats other living things as food. Consumer is a living thing that eats other living things as food. Consumer is a living thing that eats other living thing as food. Consumer is a living thing that eats other living things as food. Consumer is a living thing that eats other living things as food. And guys, we have 3 types of consumer. The first type is herbivore. Herbivore, an animal that eats plants like sheep. herbivore, an animal that eats plants, like sheep. Sheep is a herbivore. Why? Because only eat plant. Herbivore, an animal that eats plants, like sheep. The second type of consumer is a carnivore. Carnivore, an animal that eats other animals, like falcon, like eagle. Okay, carnivore, an animal that eats other animals. It means this type of animal eat meat, eat other animals. Carnivore, an animal that eats other animals, like falcon. Carnivore, an animal that eats other animals, like falcon. Omnivore, an animal that eats both plants and other animals. Omnivore, an animal that eats both plants and other animals, like turtle. Omnivore, an animal that eats both plants and other animals, like turtle. Omnivore, an animal that eats both plants and other animals, like turtle. Omnivore, an animal that eats both plants and other animals, like turtle. Turtle eat plant and eat animal too, so turtle is omnivore, and human, we are omnivore too. So we have three types of consumer: herbivore, carnivore, and omnivore. Herbivore, an animal that eats plants. Carnivore, an animal that eats other animals. Omnivore, an animal that eats both plants and other animals. Herbivore, carnivore, omnivore. After that, we studied what? We studied decomposer. Decomposers breaks down the wastes of living things. Decomposers breaks down the wastes of living things. As decomposers feed, they help clean the environment. Why? Because decomposers feed dead things. Decomposer is a living thing that breaks down dead things for food. Decomposer is a living thing that breaks down dead things for food. Mushroom is a decomposer, and bacteria is a decomposer, and earthworm is a decomposer too. So decomposer is a living thing that breaks down dead things for food. Decomposer is a living thing that breaks down dead things for food. Decomposer is a living thing that breaks down dead things for food. Decomposer is a living thing that breaks down dead things for food. After that, we studied food chain. Food chain, the path of food from one living thing to another. Food chain, the path of food from one living thing to another. Food chain, the path of food from one living thing to another. What's food chain? This one is plant. Plant can make their own food. After that, other animal eat plant, and other animals eat this animal. So this circle is continue and called food chain. Food chain, the path of food from one living thing to another. Food chain, the path of food from one living thing to another. After that, we studied energy pyramid. Energy pyramid diagram that shows that the amount of usable energy in an environment. Energy pyramid, a diagram that shows that the amount of usable energy in an environment. This one is the energy pyramid. Out here we have a lot of energy, okay, because decomposers located out here. After that, some animals eat this decomposer, okay, and the energy from here goes to here, and these animals eat these animals, and the energy from here goes to here. Okay, so this one is plants, okay, and at here plant eating animals and animal that eats other animals, and from the top animals that are not usually eaten by other animals. So energy pyramid, a diagram that shows that the amount of usable energy in an environment. After that, we solved the chapter review questions. After that, we studied what? We studied mineral. Mineral, an object that is solid, is formed in nature. Mineral like gold, diamond, like aluminium. Okay, mineral, an object that is solid, is formed in nature. Mineral, an object that is solid, is formed in nature. Mineral, an object that is solid, is formed in nature. We have different types of mineral. Mineral like what? Like gold. Gold used for what? To make jewelry. Diamond. Diamond is the hardest mineral. Guys, if I ask you what's the name of the hardest mineral, you have to say diamond, okay? Diamond is the hardest mineral. This again, I use it for making jewelry. And chalk. Chalk so soft you can write with it. This one is a chalk. And lead is another type of mineral used for making pencil. And iron used to make bridge, building, and cars. And quartz, this one is a quartz used to make glass. And halide used to make salt. And this one is aluminium. Look, we use mineral for making something. We use gold for making jewelry, and diamond for making jewelry, and halide for making pencil, and aluminium for making look, spoon. Okay. After that, we studied what? Yes. After that, we studied rock. What's rock? Guys, some rocks are made of just one mineral, and other rocks are made of many minerals. Like granite. This one is a granite. Granite is made of several minerals. But sandstone is made of small particles of the mineral quartz, means one type of mineral. So this one is made of several minerals, and this one is made of one type of mineral. Okay. And what is rock? Rock is made of minerals. 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 And guys, if I ask it to you, what are rocks made of? You have to say minerals. What are rocks made of? Minerals. Look, we have different types, shapes, and colors of rock. Some of them contain one type of mineral, and some of them contain more than one, maybe 2 or 3 or 5, more than 2 minerals. Okay, after that we studied what? We studied layers of earth. And guys, as you know, we said we have 3 layers of earth. Crust, this one is crust, and this one is a mantle, and this one is core. So we have 3 layers of earth: crust, mantle, and core. What are the layers of earth? Crust and mantle and core. We have 3 layers of earth: crust, mantle, and core. So what's crust? Crust, the solid outside layer of the earth. This one is crust. Crust, the solid outside layer of the earth. Crust, the solid outside layer of the earth. Mantle, this one is a mantle. Mantle, the middle layer of the earth. Mantle, the middle layer of the earth. Mantle, the middle layer of the earth. Core, the center of the earth. This one is core. Core, the center of the earth. Core, the center of the earth. Core, the center of the earth. So crust, the solid outside layer of the earth. mantle, the middle layer of the earth. Core, the center of the earth. After that, we solve each chapter of few questions and finish. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Bye.